this up, guys. I'm connected to SC. Let me show you what I got going on here. VAV system, 2 rooftops, and this is running 65,000 inches of static. So either the duct is gone or that's a bad number. Let's go see what we got and see if we can take care of this. So this one was kind of a weird one. I didn't get anything on the diagnosis. I had somebody with me, but it's actually running now. Somebody prior to me coming out had found it froze up. And what had happened, so let me get this panel off and I'll show you, but Rainbird, the piece broke off the back of it. So it was shoved in there, and you can see the red piece in there. There was moisture that got down in this tube into the pressure transducer. So I've got some parts here. We're gonna get all this changed out and see if we can't get this thing reading right. So the first call, I think this actually froze up, but VFD for the blower motor, it's controlled off static pressure. So let's go ahead and kill the power. When it can't read its static pressure, what does it do? It ramps the blower all the way down to minimum speed. I don't know what that hertz speed is on the motor, but it was basically just running low speed. It's actually not froze up today. It's been doing good. Yeah, we only had 1 stage running. It's done okay. It took a couple weeks to get the parts in, but it hadn't read static pressure for a while. What happened was I got here. This is our static pressure transducer, and I've got water in the damn thing again. We need to get rid of all this tubing, but I don't know how well you can see, but there's water inside of that tubing, and in turn inside my pressure transducer. I tried to blow the tubing out and get it to work when I was here on the call, but it wouldn't. It was not going to act right. So new Rainbird, new tubing here. I think all this was pulled down. It's I think I put the loop in it because you should have something here to keep that moisture from getting down here. And then I don't think this has really got any moisture in it. It just goes from there to here. This is sealed, and there's a tiny hole right inside here, and this is where it reads the supplier static, which is over there. So I got the old one out. You can see on the pins, I don't know what y'all can see, but there is some corrosion inside there. I mean, I tried blowing this out and getting the water out of it, but it was like full of water. I'm sure there's still water inside of it. So it's no good. The new one's gonna plug in just the same right here. So we'll get that plugged in, get our tubing rerouted. I cleaned all the tubing out the last time. It looked like it still had some moisture in it. I might, I'm either gonna take all of this tubing down. It doesn't look awful. Might take all of it down and clean it up, blow it out with some dry nitrogen just to make sure it's dry. I can use, this tubing looks a little smaller. And if you read the directions on this, the Rainbird deal, it says to use all of the tubing. Just coil it, I mean, all of the tubing. Why give me like 50 feet of tubing and tell me to use all of it? I can't imagine I'm not coiling 50 foot of tubing up right here to plug it into the side. We'll have a drip leg of some sort to make sure that water does not get in to here again and back down to there, because we don't want that. And if I have to, I might be able to run excess tubing on the inside. I should be able to use that same tubing. Rainbird's installed. You can see on the old one, this comes separate and it just plugs in. It's got a little seal, and this is just an outdoor reference for pressure. It does have 2 ports. We're using this port. The port on the bottom's actually got, it's like silicone or something. I'm not sure why they have 2 ports on them, but anyways, these will break over time. They're just plastic. They should probably make them out of something a little better, but you got to keep these clear. Make sure you'll throw things off. Static pressure will do weird stuff if it gets covered in ice in the wintertime, or you know, spiders get up in here and block the flow. It can't read right. All right, so I want everybody's opinion on this. I've got just excess coiled. The tubing was moved into here when the thing broke, and that's, I mean, this will catch some rain, so that's how the moisture got to here. And then the tubing had no drip leg or anything, so I think it just made its way down to there. This tubing just looks nasty, and there's crap inside of it, so I don't want to reuse it. I do have a little drip leg there, and I coiled up some extra here, and I coiled up some extra on that side. This is what's left. I'm gonna leave this here just in case we need to replace it or we start having more problems, but here it says recommended full length of tubing be used, coiled at a convenient location rather than cut off. I'm not leaving all of this coiled up somewhere. I don't see the sense in that. It shouldn't matter on the outdoor reference, but I definitely don't want to leave a whole excess on the supplier side. So let's clean up some of my mess, cycle this guy back on. We'll go down to the computer and see what we're reading, how we're reading, and hopefully this drive ramps up normally and we can start maintaining static. All right, let's turn it back on. It's probably gonna take a minute. RT, RM, Reliatel, refrigeration module. OM is the options module. AM is air handling, I believe. It's got all your, if you don't have a BAS, I guess you've got all supplier set points and reset. And that's your LCI or BCI, depending on the year and the version. That's a communication board there, the red. Some of them are blue, some of the older ones. We're gonna write on our tag. That's from when I found it. And we'll write on the back that we replaced everything. And this guy should cycle on. We'll listen, see if it sounds different, but we'll go down the computer and be able to see what it's running, see if we're actually reading static. All right, now let's see what we got. We're gonna go back to equipment. We'll be able to see both rooftops. There we go. That's more like it. Let's go. I'm going into rooftop too and just look at it. So we're communicating. These yellows are out of service. So we got a mixed air temperature. The set point is 1.9. Supply fan speed 16%. It was pretty cool in here, so most of our VAVs are probably closed down, but the biggest thing is they haven't really had any problems. I'm surprised it didn't lock out again from my last visit. Unless somebody else has been out and reset it. But the main thing is that we're reading duct static. That's gonna be our duct static pressure active 1.9. That's our set point. Discharge air temperature is 66 right now. It's only 33% cooling, so that'll stage up and try to do 55. I'm sure it's on an outdoor reset and everything else, but all this looks spectacular. We are going to leave it like that. There's our actually set point 55. So this one's down to temp. I don't know why that's set point. Depends on how they're set up. Those set points can vary, but it's gonna try to hit 55. I'm gonna go button up on the roof. Well, that is gonna do it for this one. Everything looks good. We're maintaining and reading duct static pressure. We got no alarms, no lockouts. We're staging up here. Stage 1's running right now. I'm just gonna watch it for a few more minutes, but that's pretty much gonna do it. Pretty easy call. I appreciate all y'all. Leave a tray better than you found it. I'll see y'all next time.